I will give you a brief context about our work of Massachusetts Baptist Multicultural Ministry and ACE Center for New Americans for 2025. In January, when we had the host of executive order coming from the Oval Office, it impacted directly our New Americans that we serve. Many people who were legal and had been working and then had been trying to adjust their life here in this country, they become illegal and also actually a danger for this country, and then were deported or separated. In one of the cold January afternoon, our ACE Center was almost like a ghost town because nobody came to our office but the volunteers. So we really have to pivot how we deliver our work. So not just giving Know Your Rights workshops and then giving them awareness about how to protect themselves, we have to contact our former board of directors, Attorney Ifeanyi Okeke.
My name is Attorney Ifeanyi Okeke. I'm here in Mbmm. I'm assisting with affirmative asylum application for those who came in here inspected or those who came in through the humanitarian parole. The parole program has been terminated, but let me remind them that they can still seek alternative way of remaining in the U.S. Legally. And asylum, affirmative asylum is one of those means. I'm assisting with the process. You can file asylum within 1 year of you arriving in the U.S.
I'm also an immigrant. I'm also a refugee. I arrived in the United States in 1981 from Cambodia, from a war-torn country. So you start with the nightmare. You start with the nightmare from leaving your country, and now I am living the dreams, which I thought could never happen.
Another event that we really emphasize about the resilience and courage of our New Americans' journey from the refugee camps or the caravan is what we call the World Refugee Day, declared by the United Nations, which is the June 20th as the World Refugee Day. And we celebrate that in order to recognize the resilience and courage of journeying to the United States and how they start their life here in this country.
I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Right here in Lowell.
Right here in Lowell. I'm gonna let it shine. Right here in Lowell. I'm gonna let it shine.
We also have a program specifically for Afghan women, and we call it Afghan Women Empowerment Program, where all this patriarchal system exists in all the society. But at the same time, I think for many of our Afghan women who are from the Muslim background has a lot of disadvantages. So we wanted to work how to start their life here in this country and when they feel empowered. And very recently, we have been also working about the well-being of the Afghan women. And we have developed a program called ESOL. But ESOL is not just learning English, but it's also learning about the culture and the way to start their life here in this country. Because for many New Americans, USA is pretty much you start again. So they have to start from scratch, whether they were professionals in their home country or whatever it is. They have to start from the scratch and they have to learn how to, avail themselves and use their skills to really establish their life here in this country.
Vin à l'école classe là, mon aimé j'en fait quoi, mon yo vraiment sage, yo accueilli mon très bien, me dit merci en pile.
I teach the English class. I'm in the intermediate level, and so far I think everything's been going really well. A lot of them have like their basics and foundations down, and we're just working on like moving up. So far, I'm hoping that as we go along, I'll see more of their improvement.
Hello, I teach the English learning classes, and right now I'm teaching the beginner class. So far, I think that the students have really learned a lot. Each day they come in knowing a lot more than they did the day before.
We also have a project called Faith and Youth Program. This is mainly for the immigrant youth, because many of these immigrant youth are kind of going through a lot of confusion because the parents have a different expectation for their children, how they develop their faith, whereas the children started their life here in North America. So Faith and Youth Program has been a very meaningful program to really understand about this generational gap.
Today we are writing cards for under what we call our PEN ministry. Our PEN ministry stands for Prison Epistle Network. The activity that we are doing today, youth group will be writing cards to some incarcerated members that we're connected to, just giving them like a word of encouragement, and yeah, just letting them know on behalf of the entire church that we are still remembering, that we're praying for them, and that they have not been forgotten.
We have another program called Ace Shop, and this Ace Shop is kind of a program that we collect gently used clothing or household goods to give the basic necessities for the family to start their life here in this country. But we also had the opportunity of partnering with various organizations, and we gave away mattresses. And during the fall, before the school starts, we also distributed a lot of backpacks filled with school supplies so that children start their school with hope, with all the essential necessity that they have in order to start their school year.
I came here with the expectation of being able to help students with their math and English skills, and I was surprised and actually happy to see that there's so much more that really happens here. The kids get a good chance to hang out with each other and get familiar with how to interact and play together in a constructive way. And I get so much out of it because I get to enjoy the company and the presence of the students. So all in all, I'm really happy to be here, and I think it's a really constructive thing all around.
I joined this program because I really wanted to give back to my community, and I thought ACE does a lot of really good work helping out new Americans. As a first-generation immigrant myself, I've experienced firsthand the challenges that come with navigating the different institutions in this country.
And another important program that we do with the ethnic churches and the pastor, we call it Thriving Pastoral Ministry Program, which is generously funded by the Lilly Endowment. And this Thriving Pastoral Ministry Program we have been running for the last 8 years, even before the Lilly Endowment started. And the way that this program functions is that we have pastoral cohorts. And currently we have 9 pastoral cohorts, 96 pastors participating on it, and each of those pastoral cohorts, we call it ethnic clergy group.
The Thriving Pastoral Ministry Program came to my life during a time of need in my life. I'm very thankful to everyone that is responsible for this program. Shalom.
And as part of this TPMP program, annually we have been conducting a program called Alalon Gathering. The word Alalon is from the Greek word one another. And last year we had an Alalon gathering based on our sub-team called Building Bridges with One Another. But in 2025, we kind of took a step back to really kind of lower the temperature, and then our sub-team was listening to one another's story. We have hosts of panelists, including interfaith speakers, where we were trying to listen to one another's stories so that we can learn from one another, we can hear their stories, and not only learn, perhaps we can also unlearn some of our assumptions, and we move forward, building a more cohesive, more inclusive community, especially based on our creed, which is called love. So that's the program that we have had every year with great success.
Can't you feel it in your heart now? You think it's taking shape. Reach out, touch your hand. Oh, they could children with your hand.
What MBMM means to me, I think it would be togetherness.
I think it would be giving help when it's urgently needed.
I would use the word hope. One of the things that this organization brings to the community it serves is that word hope. There's no need to despair, there's always hope.
MBMM is like a ministry, a place where you serve and to learn.
Everyone on the board of directors and all the staff members are very passionate about the work that they do.
To be a part of this organization is something I celebrate. I feel empowered, and it helps me be a better advocate for others.
We are deeply grateful to many of our sponsors and donors, individual churches, and we are also thankful to the host of volunteers and interns and our staff for successful implementation of this program.